What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Wrestling Wednesday. My name is Crystal J. Willie Wills in the building. Thank you guys for tuning in for this great edition of wrestling. We're going to do something a little bit different. I spoke about this last week regarding wrestling's past, present, and future. We will pay homage to all the great African Americans, Caribbeans, wrestlers of the diaspora. We're going to honor our greats and we're going to focus on the present. And if we can, to see who we expect in the future to be on the rise. So before we get started, Will, what's good, man?
Man, I'm so glad that we're doing this show. Have you been keeping up with what's been going on? I know we honor all of the African American, the black greats, the Jamaican American greats, all of the Nigerian greats. Listen, we honoring everybody tonight. But Christopher J, I gotta ask you, did you see the reaction to my man Swerve? Did you see what happened to him?
I heard NXT fans are not too happy with them.
Swerve has been getting that work.
Yeah, I wish I got a chance to look at it. I had the opportunity, but unfortunately, somebody wanted to put their hands on me today, and that didn't end well for them. So unfortunately, my day was occupied with paperwork.
Oh, you
But
say you got a day to practice some moves today?
hmm,
You got to practice some moves today?
just even with the bad Achilles, I still have my agility. I still I'm not gonna go any further because I guess I can't speak on open cases,
Yeah, you
but
can't do that. Yeah, don't do
but
that.
I will say this: everybody needs to keep they fucking hands to their goddamn self and do not try to play slick. If
Yeah,
you're going to dap somebody, you know what? I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm
just
gonna leave
leave
it
it
alone.
alone. Just no details, no details, no
This
details.
has not been a good Wednesday for me, but we are here.
Yeah.
We are here. So unfortunately, so I didn't get a chance to was a Rocky. Yeah, I know it was that
Damn.
type of day. It was that type of day. It was that type of day, man. So stereo in front of me.
Oh
Yeah, sure.
man. Yeah. So today was a great day, man. I kicked the day off. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping up this trend of dropping gems that I picked up from the OGs. You see what I'm saying? Like every gem that I own, I picked up from all my elders. So I'm just out here just spreading the wisdom, man. But today I was able to do something that I haven't done in a long time. I went to the range today, and doc, I shot completely with my left hand, all off a 9 millimeter Canik SFX rival. I got to send you the pictures from my shots. But I shot a 487 out of 500. According to the state that I live in, I am considered a expert marksman with my left because I couldn't use my right at all. The whole test was about the left. But yeah, man, today was a. I'm sorry. Let me ask you this. I know you can't speak about the details about the case, but how that old meme goes. Did you win, son? Did you win?
One,
Okay.
I I did not give him opportunity to
Okay.
win.
Yeah.
I just agility.
Yeah.
I gra-
Again, no details. Hey, is it one of those moments where you wanted to do more?
Yes,
Yeah.
I was. I was following the rules.
Mhm.
I showed him mercy. There was opportunities for me to handle that situation the way I wanted to handle it. I chose mercy.
Mhm.
I'm not going to go into detail.
Rocky says you was professional about it.
Yes, I was very professional
Yeah.
about it. I
Yeah.
had my body camera on. I,
Mhm.
protected, and I think we really need to have a conversation about these days about showing grace to people.
Yeah.
No, excuse me. Showing gratitude to people.
Mhm.
because to say I could have him, to say I could have done something else is an understatement. I chose a diplomatic route, and I just kindly placed him in handcuffs and just let police take care of the situation. So,
I
uh,
know the feeling. I know the feeling.
so you talk about I need to go to a gun range too.
Hey, well, you know what? I've ran into a new gun today that I've never run into. It's called a
Don't tell me because I might be tempted. Don't tell me.
no. It's called a SAR. I've never heard of this gun before. It's a 9 millimeter Glock clone, looks like, but it shoots pretty good. I gotta, you know what it? Have you ever shot the Echelon?
No.
Okay, you shot a Glock before, right?
Don't have I? Maybe I just can't remember.
It's a
Probably.
little bit less kickback than a Glock, and it's a little bit more power than an M&P, but it's nowhere near an FN though. I got to be honest with you. FN is pretty good, but yeah, and the SAR is pretty dope. Pretty dope gun to check out, man. Should gave that person a rock bottom. Listen, we're not gonna stoke the fires of Christopher J no more. Listen, let me tell y'all a secret. When you're doing security, right, professionally, let me make sure I put that in quotations. When you're doing security professionally, it's almost like you seen that movie Jarhead with can't remember his name, Jamie
Jamie
Foxx.
Foxx and Jack and Gyllenhaal. Yes.
Yeah. At the end of the movie, because they went throughout the whole entire movie, they never fired their rifle not one time. And they really,
Mhm.
really, really wanted to fire it. When you're doing security and you get into that moment, don't get me wrong, sometimes you get to cut loose. But now in this day and age where everything is video recorded and audio recorded, you have to remind yourself that not only not only is this situation happening and I'm gonna have to do paperwork, but I'm also being monitored and you're being not so much as graded, but you're being you're being graded. You're being graded on how you handle the situation. Don't get me wrong, de-escalation tactics will be executed, but still you got to have restraint. And that's the irritating part about it because the people who you encounter, they don't have to have restraint. You have to have restraint. So I get exactly where Christopher J is coming from. I know what he means.
Yep, he's gone. He's gonna be gone for a good minute. So I don't have to worry about seeing him again.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. But we are here for a reason. We are here to honor and celebrate some of the greatest African American or Black, Caribbean, Nigerian, whatever it is. We here to celebrate and honor all of the greats of our time, all of those of the melanated communities. So that's what we're here to do tonight. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pay grace to all to Ron Simmons. We're gonna go Junkyard Dog, Mark Henry. Who else we gonna go to? Kamala. Don't let me forget about Kamala Shelton, Benjamin, Jacqueline, because we're not only doing male wrestlers. We got to get Naomi up in there. Devon
Mhm.
Dudley, our truth, even though you know he does his thing. I know some of y'all probably forgot about Jazz. Y'all know who the Godfather is, of course y'all do, but some of y'all probably forgot. We're gonna be mentioning some names that y'all probably have either forgot about or never heard of. So
Right.
that's what we're doing tonight.
Yes. And before we start with that, want to take a moment to let you guys know that one of our own needs some assistance now. For those who are not new to us, we know this one guy named Uncle Tom. Don't let the name fool you. Don't let the name fool you. I know some of you are like, I ain't supporting no Uncle Tom. It's not that type of Uncle Tom. You just take my word for that. Unfortunately, Uncle Tom and his family experienced a house fire. They lost everything, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have the pictures to show, but they literally have nothing to go to. But glory to God, the family's okay. The animals that he owned are okay. I believe he's doing a fundraiser right now on his channel as we speak. If you guys go to the pin link on top is his Cash App. Later, don't worry. Later on, I'm gonna drop the Stream link for you guys to come up. But that's his Cash App right there. It's pinned to the top. Any donation will help. Because you never know, one day you might be in that situation. Uh, when one of our owners is down, we got to pick them back up some way, shape, or form. So any donation, something as small as $1, anything will help. And we're here for Uncle Tom. Oh, here's the pictures, ladies and gentlemen. That's his house. That's his car. Uh, like I said, glory to God, his family's all okay. Him, his children, his wife, everybody is good. So let's go
Yeah.
ahead and support Uncle Tom. Let him know that we are thinking about him. Let him know that the people of Wrestling Wednesday sent you over. Uncle Tom, you need us. You already know, man. Hit us up, and we'll see what we can do, man.
Yeah, they lost everything, and it's a very unfortunate and tragic event because Chris, did you see the video? I'm not going to play the video here, but all right. So Uncle Tom, he streams, and a certain angle that he sits at, it's almost kind of similar to mine, but the room that's behind him on the left hand side, you can see smoke coming out of there. So he was live, and the people was up there, had a whole panel. And it was kind of late at night. I believe his wife, Kai, I believe she was either in another room sleep or probably doing something. But Uncle Tom jumped up and he went back there. He opened up the door and the flames just started jumping out. And just to hear him like not panic, but he instantly switched. You see what I'm saying? Uncle Tom is a veteran of the United States Army. So shout out to him for serving our country, doing everything that he's did. And he's just a good guy. He likes to have fun. He don't like to take things serious. But as he was alerting everybody in the house, they was getting ready to shut the stream down, and the flames just burst, man. So they lost everything that they own, including their IDs and their phones. Thankfully, they was able to get the dogs out. The youngest grandbaby was there as well, and there's a brand new grandbaby. So they got the baby out. They literally have nothing. They have absolutely. They lost everything. So we trying to do our part. I know that a lot of people has been doing a lot of things. I'm not gonna mention which content creators, but I did see a content creator. He successfully raised, I think, somewhere close to about 800, 900, if not $1,000. I seen that happen, and there are doing it's other content creators that's doing just things just to really help out Uncle Tom. So if anybody, if have it within their heart and within their pocket, you feel like, you want to help out, we greatly appreciate it. Just when you send your cash app, just let them know that that it's all in love. If you came from us and you got it from us, just let them know, hey, Wrestling Wednesdays is just putting the word out there. We just want to do our part. So I appreciate everybody that's doing that.
Yes, yes. Let's continue to keep their family in prayer during these hard times.
Most definitely. All
Let's
right. Switching
switching
gears.
gears. Yes, sir. Switching gears. Switching gears. Grace of the past, present, and future. Obviously, this started because of Swerve and Booker T's situation. Real quick, what did Swerve say that pissed off NXT fans?
So it's not what he's. Oh well, what did he say as far as the Vlad interview?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's pertaining to the Vlad interview.
Yeah, it's everything pertaining to the Vlad interview, and it's the blowback that's really coming back from the Vlad interview, and how things spread across social media in the instant overnight in most cases, right? But a
Hmm.
lot of people they're really taking to heart how it is that he behaved. Like the situation that we really went into depth about last week. As a matter of fact, if y'all haven't catch the replay last week, y'all need to catch the replay. It's more in depth. And just to give a quick summarization, Swerve went on DJ Vlad's platform, and he was saying some pretty crazy, outlandish, disrespectful things about Booker T. So of course Booker T had a response, Vlad had a response, but the ones who really caught this was the wrestling fans. The wrestling fans is what really caught the aspects of this interview. And at NXT, at a show at NXT, I'm not gonna repeat what they said. It was somewhere in the neighborhood of "F you Swerve." You see what I'm saying? And that chant was just glorious. He was, I mean, what can you do? This is your fault. This is what you earned. This is the heat that you asked for. So he got it, man. He got it pretty bad too. It was almost like that first night when Hogan was getting booed. Yeah, it was glorious. It was glorious get back. So yeah, Swerve guy he is, man.
And Dennis Swerve said after AEW Dynasty, obviously off air, he said, "Man, fuck Booker T."
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yep, and Booker T said, "I wish you all the best." I'm like, it did not have to be like that.
Yeah. Told you. That when you go so far as to try to put somebody down like that, somebody who trailblazed and one a trailblazer in his own right for the sport and for people of melanated backgrounds.
Right.
I knew it was gonna be bad for him. I knew it was gonna be bad for him, dog.
Yeah, I don't like. We're not saying let Booker T walk over you. We're no one's saying that. However, you have to, just like all the wrestlers before you, you have to honor the grace. Just like Swerve is what, 32, 33, or something like that. You
Somewhere in that
finna
age
be,
range.
oh, yeah, 10 years now, you're going to be in your 40s. And in another 10 years, in your 50s. You will want younger people like fucking Trick Williams, Oba Femi, uh, Young OG Javon. You want them to pay homage to people like you. How can they respect you if you didn't respect the people before you?
Exactamundo. And to sorry, I'm getting a message. Exactamundo. And to go to the lengths that you went and how it is that you really how you really portrayed yourself. Like you got to remember NXT, it is NXT, right? Not AEW.
NXT.
Yeah, you got to remember he's a champion in NXT, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Swerve is in AEW. My
Okay,
apologies.
cool. He's a champion in AEW, right?
He was. He was a
Okay.
champion. He lost to Daniel Bryan at All Out,
Hmm.
and he was battling John Moxley for it back, but ultimately he lost because I forgot what their name is. They got involved and to get John Moxley to win.
Yeah, but my,
But
my point is at one point in time he
he's an
was a champion.
AEW champion. He made history. I think he's the 11th or 12th AEW champion, first
Right.
African American.
Right. So for you to behave like this for what expense, I don't know. I don't know if this was on purpose. Maybe he was trying to generate some heat because maybe he wanted to make a heel turn, or maybe he was just trying to start up unnecessary beef. Either way it goes, you got to remember a lot of those AEW fans. It's a lot of professional wrestling elites or OGs that's over there doing things in that company. Look at a lot of people were saying that AEW was like the like the B grade version of WWE because all the people,
Retirement home,
yeah,
basically.
it's the WWE retirement home. So, and a
Hmm.
lot of people love AEW for that reason because a lot of those guys over there is still putting in work. It may not have been what they was doing 10, 20, 30 years ago, but they still putting in work. And for you to disrespect someone like Booker T like that, like, could you imagine him disrespecting Adam Copeland like that? Could you imagine him disrespecting? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but for you to go after Booker T, who's I'm not saying out of commission, but Booker T ain't do that man ain't gave you nothing but praise. So since you wanted to give him disrespect, it's gonna be shows like ours, Overcast Wrestling Wednesdays. Swerve, if you do ever see us, right? Because let's go ahead and remind you who came before even Booker T, those who really paved the way. As a matter of fact, I bet you, look, trivia question for anybody that's watching or catch the replay before I say this. Who was the first legit African American world heavyweight champion? I bet you don't know it. Do you
Get on
know
time. Let's get on time.
it? Okay.
But but with that, who were some of the wrestlers before Booker T? Like off the top of my head, Sal already said it, Junkyard Dog. That my
Yeah,
dad told me because
yeah.
my dad told me about Junkyard Dog, and he bought as an interpreter as a gift from Lagos, Nigeria. He knew who Junkyard Dog was.
Oh yeah.
And but who was before Junkyard Dog? Let's go to the 70s. This is before my time, but I'm going to admit I do not know most of these wrestlers and shame on me. I'm aware of my time and maybe a couple of, maybe a generation before me. But if we go back to the 70s, Bobo Brazil, that's one.
Mm-hmm.
You can, you can go back to the 50s, Ethel Johnson. That's way before our time. And obviously, you got your Bobby Cash from the 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Swerve, before you, there was Booker. And before Booker, it was those names. It was those legends I just named. We have to remember the past so they will not be forgotten. Or if you're like me, let's educate ourselves on the past so they won't be forgotten. Let's make it clear. I would never disrespect my elders unless it's warranted. Booker T didn't warrant this disrespect. Matter of fact, I'm trying to figure out how did it come. Oh, Vlad, never mind. Don't forget I said that.
You're good. All right. So trivia time is up, right? I have went through and I've dug through some archives, Christopher J. Let's go down the Black African
Oh,
American lineage of great wrestlers. Some of the great wrestlers, if not the greatest wrestlers of our time and age. Let's start with Brian Damage. You know who Brian Damage is? Brian Damage was a professional wrestler, has a very long and rich history. You cannot talk wrestling history without the many contributions and achievements of African Americans and other wrestlers of color that helped pave the way to in breaking ground, fighting segregation, battling racism, and rising above it all. Today's stars like Bobby Lashley, The New Day, Bianca Belair, and many others might not be where they are without many of these trailblazers. So you see Brian Damage right there. But my question was, who was the first champion? We're going to get there. Let me introduce you to one of the very first, if not first, Black pro wrestlers. His name was Vero Small. Vero Small started out his career at the age of 16 and was a former slave. He wrestled on the East Coast under the
scroll
moniker
up real quick.
Black.
All
Huh?
right, there we go. No, you
Yeah.
good. You good. I was trying to scroll up.
Yeah. I just had to get the dialogue. So that is Black Sam. Let us move on, ladies and gentlemen. The first ever Black wrestler to hold a world championship of any kind was a Jamaican-born Frank Crozier. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. In 1909, first ever to be champion. Crozier won the world middleweight title in London, England. He defended the title against both white and black challengers. Now we get down to Reginald Siki. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit. There we go. Now we get down to Reginald Siki was the grandson of slaves and wrestled from the 1920s into the late 1940s. 20 years about. Siki was one of the first African Americans to successfully tour the country and the world. He wrestled against all races at a time when most white wrestlers refused to be in the same ring with black competitors. I'm gonna be honest with you, Christopher J. As I was doing this history lesson, I never heard of these people before.
Mm-hmm.
Never. His star power made him a champion in Europe and caught the eye of Hollywood directors like Cecil B. DeMille. Siki married a white woman, which was extremely taboo during his era. Let's move on. Black Panther, Jim Mitchell. I've heard of him. Broke color barriers in Canada by becoming one of the country's top baby faces starting in 1926. He hailed from Louisville, Kentucky. But promoters in Canada said he was from Harlem, New York. Mitchell would integrate wrestling up north by wrestling against numerous white stars of that era, and all in all, his careers lasted 23 years. Here goes another one. Jack Claiborne. During the 1950s, black wrestlers were segregated into their own division. They wrestled in the Chitlin Circuit. I know you heard of Chitlin Circuit.
Of course.
Which was named after the innards of pigs that slave owners used to feed their slaves. They had their own championship titles that were called the World Negro title or World Color title. The titles were recognized by the National Wrestling Alliance, the NWA. Here we go. First black female, inspired by Jackie Robinson, breaking the color barrier in baseball in 1947. promoter Billy Wolf decided to capitalize on history by introducing black women to professional wrestling. His trope consisted of three sisters named Ethel Johnson, Babs Wingo, and Marva Scott. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. First black woman wrestlers. Other black women included Kathleen Wembley and Mary Horton. Wolf was quoted as saying about all his black women wrestlers, "My Negro girls are the hottest thing in this sport." Who we got next? Luther Lindsay was a former standout college football player who couldn't find work in the NFL because of his skin color. Lindsay ended up playing pro football in Canada, and that is where he met Stu Hart. I mean, sorry, not Stu Hart, Stu Hart.
Too hard. Yes, too hard.
Stu Hart trained this man. All right. Swerve, in case you watching, and those that's watching, I asked y'all about some of the greats, and became good friends. Lindy was trained by Hart and became a professional wrestler, competing from the 1950s into the late 1970s. The NWA World Champion Lou Thez said that Luther Lindsay was the greatest black wrestler of all time, but also added that his place in history was not because he was black, but in spite of being black. Let's go. In 1960s, pro wrestlers began its desegregation spearhead by the likes of Sputnik Monroe, right there on the left, if y'all can see that. A very popular white wrestler who refused, to compete on shows unless black fans could sit with. Listen, this man said to hell with segregation, all right? He said, listen, if black fans can't be there and black wrestlers can't be there, I don't want to be here. This gentleman right here on the right, all right?
That's some real shit.
Real shit indeed.
I'll be right back
Fans,
though.
no problem, no problem. Instead of being isolated from other non-black fans, he would, excuse me, getting messages. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Oh, well, then I'll take care of that.
Okay.
Wait, while you
Wonderful, baby. No, we good. My baby was just
oh,
letting me know it's update time, so she's doing some upgrades. He would also often team with African American wrestler Norvell Austin. Monroe would say, "Black is beautiful," and Austin would reply, "White is wonderful." Who we got next? In 1960s, promoter Nick Gulas booked the first integrated match in the South, Birmingham, Alabama.
no, run that shit back. I have to run back in here. What was that again? Black is beautiful. But what?
So these two gentlemen right here, who often tag team together, he would also often team with African American wrestler Norvell Austin. This gentleman right here, Monroe. This guy right here, the white gentleman, would say, "Black is beautiful," and Austin, right here, the black gentleman, would reply, "White is wonderful."
Oh,
Breaking racial,
jeez.
breaking racial barriers, baby. Yeah.
You know
Mhm.
what? I can't even hate on that. I'm gonna accept that. I can't even hate
Yeah.
on that one.
Malcolm D,
Makes.
what's going on, my G? Go ahead.
Oh man. All right, I'll be back for real.
In the 1960s, promoter Nick Gulas booked the first integrated match in the South, Birmingham, Alabama, to be exact. Len Rossi, the white gentleman right here on the left-hand side, teamed with Bearcat Brown, also Bearcat known as Bearcat Black. If you don't know, now I've heard of Bearcat Brown, also known as Bearcat Black, to take on Saul Wingeroff and Tojo Yamato. And I know Tojo Yamato, heard of that. The news of this match taking place led members of the Ku Klux Klan to send bomb threats at the building the match was going to happen at. Gulas stuck to his guns and moved forward with the match. The show was a sellout, and the team of Rossi and Brown continued to team together to win numerous titles to sell out all throughout the South. Swerve, this is what happens when you disrespect your black lineage within the wrestling world. It's been a lot going on, and black legends have paved the way for your black ass to exist where the hell you at. Now, let's continue. Who we got right here? We got the first integrated world title match was believed to be between Nature Boy Buddy Rogers. Nature Boy. I wonder where Ric Flair got it from. If I'm not mistaken, He looks very dapper. I wonder where Ric Flair got it from. Yeah.
Oh, Rick, you got
Mhm.
some explaining to do.
Nature Boy Buddy Rogers and Sweet Daddy Sicky in Greensboro, North Carolina in the early 1960s for the NWA World title. Mhm.
Rick. We love Ric Flair. Let me make that loud and clear. We love Ric Flair.
Yeah.
But Rick, when the next person asks you what inspired your character,
Mhm.
I somebody needs to bring up this person's name.
Exactly. Need to pay
And
homage now.
yeah, just
You
to pay homage. And I'm not saying Ric Flair doesn't pay homage. Let me make that loud and clear.
Yeah, he does. Now you
But
know who this guy is. You know exactly who this guy is. That, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, that is Bobo Brazil, baby.
hmm
Bobo Brazil started his career in the segregated 1950s wrestling circuit. He was so popular with both black and white fans, promoters started booking him to face off against all races. Malcolm D says, Sweet Daddy Sicky, I believe, passed away earlier this year. Rest in peace. Really? I got to look that up and see. Brazil defeated Nature Boy, this gentleman right here, who I believe Ric Flair stole his gimmick from. Yes, I'm saying it, or unless he just paying homage but never said his name out loud. Bobo Brazil defeated Nature Boy Buddy Rogers after kicking him in the groin, and Rogers could not continue. Bobo was awarded the NWA World title, becoming the first African American world champion. Malcolm D says he was 91. Shout out to you, Malcolm G, for being a wrestling historian, my G. That's what I'm talking about.
yep.
Knowledge. However, Brazil relinquished the title to set up a rematch with Rogers, in which he lost. The NWA never recognized Brazil's title victory. Damn. Ridiculousness. Edward Bearcat Wright won the WWA Los Angeles version of the world title just 5 days before Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech in 1963. The title victory made Wright the first recognized black world champion of any kind. The WWA title eventually lost its world title status. Bearcat was also very vocal about segregation and oftentimes refused to wrestle unless blacks were allowed to sit with the whites. Now, I'm going to just stop right here for a second. Christopher J., let me ask you really quick, if you came back. If you're not back yet, then I'm going to continue on. But let me ask y'all in the chat, have y'all heard
I'm
of
back.
have you heard of some of these wrestling greats, some of these black legends?
No, like I said, I'm aware of Bobo Brazil. I'm aware of him. Everybody else is a learning experience for me.
Most definitely. Let us continue. Who we got here? We got Dory Dixon, was a Jamaican-born wrestler. Shout out to the Jamaicans, who
Sorry,
became
Kofi.
yeah, who became the very first black superstar in lucha libre in Mexico. Dixon's wrestling
Oh,
career expanded over 30 years. He mainly worked for Emil and EMLL and the UWA, but also ventured to places like Japan and the WWF. Three W's.
oh yeah, the
World.
three.
I
Oh
know.
yeah, the three dogs. Yeah, probably Ethel Johnson, I believe. No, you said Emil. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah. But the majority of his success was in Mexico. Yes. Who we got? Big Cat. Ernie Ladd was a pro football player turned Hall of Fame wrestler. Ladd was also made the first African American booker / promoter who worked side by side with Bill Watts. Shout out to Bill Watts in Mid South Territory. If you know, then you know. Who else we got? Earl Maynard was born in Barbados and became a bodybuilder in 1960. He transitioned to pro wrestling during and after his wrestling career ended in 1978. Maynard successfully made his way in Hollywood. He has made over 20 movies to his credit, and as an actor and even more as a director. So when people say that The Rock was the first black actor to go from wrestling to the movie screen, I need y'all to go ahead and scale that back. He's not the first. See what happens? Mm, mm. Sailor Art Thomas was a former merchant marine who became very popular wrestler back in the 60s and the 70s, often using his time as a merchant marine to get over with fans of all races. Art Thomas was a true star of his era. Sonny King was the first black wrestler to co-hold the WWF Tag Team titles with Chief Jay Strongbow, 1972. Now we get to the era that y'all probably
Yeah.
know. Yeah, y'all probably know who this is. The great,
Ooh,
the
man.
legends. Yeah, baby. I've been, hey, as soon as I found this website last week, I said, oh yeah, we gonna cover this shit.
Yeah.
Tony Atlas and Rocket Johnson, aka the Soul Patrol, were the very first all-black world tag team champions in the WWF. There would not be another all-black tag team champion for the company until the 2000s.
Mm, mm, mm.
Mm, mm. Thunderbolt Patterson started a wrestling career in the mid 60s and faced a great deal of racism along the way. Instead of just sitting back and allowing it to happen, Patterson became outspoken of the racial inequities and the inequalities in professional wrestling. By the 1970s, Patterson was blacklisted from the NWA and their various territories. He attempted to start his own promotion, but the power of the NWA at that time was too strong. Thunderbolt Patterson never gave up fighting, was eventually reinstated and allowed to compete in NWA rings, thanks to friends like Ali Anderson and Dory Funk Jr. There go my man. You know who it
Junkyard.
is.
Yes.
Junkyard Dog, baby. Junkyard Dog was so popular during his run in Bill Watts' Mid-South territory. Many fellow wrestlers compared his popularity at the time to the rival that of Hulk Hogan
Yep.
in the early 80s. Go ahead. Give us a little backstory, Christopher.
Um, I won't not too much backstory regarding Junkyard Dog because like I said, that was my father's time. He was always linked to Hulk Hogan. Like when you want to put him in that ilk, in that same cloth, out minus the steroids, you will get Junkyard Dog. He was one of his time. I know, like, regardless of the comparisons, Junkyard Dog, there was only one Junkyard Dog. You usually wrestlers will probably have to pull from each other. You are not gonna, outside him being black, you're not gonna find another wrestler prior to him, and matter of fact after him. Correct me if I'm wrong. That is in the same resemblance of this man. You see him with the dog chain. His demeanor when he comes out. I have yet to see that implemented again in from the time he wrestled to now. I'm open to being wrong, ladies and gentlemen, but Junkyard Dog is always going to be that guy.
Exactly. And of course, next we got Hacksaw Butch Reed replace JYD as the top face in Junkyard Dog as a top face in Mid South after Junkyard Dog left for greener pastures and he went to the WWF. Now, who was that he's wrestling right there?
Uh, 16 times. 16 times lifted above a man's head and slammed on the mat. That's your guy.
That's right. That is Ric Flair. Back in the 1982, Reed defeated Ric Flair, becoming the new NWA
Put
World
that on the
Champion.
floor.
Huh?
Put that on the floor.
Look like a cameraman, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know who that is
Boy,
on the
get
floor.
your ass out that ring before I slam this man on you. Like, you don't belong here. Get out the way.
Exactly. His title victory did not hold up, however, as a Dusty finish. And if you know anything about Dusty, you know what that finish was. As it would be known, a few years later occurred. Then we got the one, the only, the great, the man with the plan, Mr. Damn himself, Ron Simmons. As we all know, in August of 1992, Ron Simmons finally broke the glass ceiling by defeating Vader, which, by the way, let me go ahead and comment on that match. If y'all never seen the Vader and Ron Simmons match, don't just watch the ending because everybody like to talk about you got to watch the whole entire match. That match was not a work or a shoot, it was just majestic. That match was great. I got to give it to Vader though. Vader Dog, hold on. Pull the screen down for a second. I got to talk about Vader for a second. I know we talking,
Oh,
giving flowers to all the African American race, but do y'all not know how athletic Vader was? You got to understand, he did a diving somersault, sometimes off the third rope, sometimes off the second rope. Vader was too damn big and too damn agile to be that damn big and that damn agile. Vader was the man. I need you to understand. It's Vader time. You need to understand something about Vader, bro. Vader put on a show everywhere he went, and for him to participate in that match with Ron Simmons and to take the fall to Ron Simmons to get that glory, to get that fame, to get that push, everything that Ron Simmons got that night. I'm not saying it's all because of Vader, but Vader played a damn good role in it. So Vader got to get his flowers for what he did in that match with Ron Simmons. But tonight is about the African American wrestlers. So shout out to my man's Mr. Farouk himself, Ron motherfucking Simmons. Yes. In doing so, Simmons is recognized officially as the first African American world champion in pro wrestling history. I hate to tell you, Ron Simmons is not.
it's not. They're talking about the modern era,
Yeah,
but no, it's not.
yeah.
Because I understand Malcolm said earlier Ron Simmons. That's a good answer for the modern era. But very first, no, you gotta go dig deep into the archives to find out who the first world champion, and there he is right there, from Jamaica.
Now he was the
Uh,
first world middleweight champion. That would be this gentleman right here. He was a Niger. He was Jamaican. Sorry, Frank Cozier, born in 1909, won the world middleweight title in London. Yep. If we just talk about world titles, then yeah, my bad. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, you good, you good.
All right, now I bet y'all don't know who this is. I'm not even gonna show you the name. I bet you know who this is.
How old is she now?
How old is she? I don't know how
How old
old
is
she
she?
is now. I don't know how old she is now.
Let me find out. She's Jada Parker. Never mind. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Jackie Moore. Boy, stop.
I'm just saying. Let me check out her ethnicity real quick.
You need to go. You need to go release some stress, bro. Go to the gun range.
Yeah, mind your business. Go
Take
ahead. Go
your
ahead and
camera back on. Take your
read
camera
about
back.
Jackie. Jackie Moore. Jackie Moore. Jackie Moore. Get to Jackie.
Jackie
And then
Moore was.
she was swole as hell too.
Yes, she was. Jackie Moore had to put on a show. Jackie Moore was one of the very toughest wrestlers of either male or female in the industry. She started her career in 1988 and wrestled both men and women. So when they say that China was the first woman to wrestle men and women, that's a lie. It's Jackie Moore. As a matter of fact, go back even before Jackie Moore. You got to go back to the three women over there from what's that? Bill Watts? What was it again? Hold on. I'm giving all the glory. Hold up. Who was it? I'm sorry. Yeah, Billy Wolf. Billy Wolf is the one that put black women into wrestling. So that's
Mhm.
contributed to him. All right. So Jackie Moore, she was a record 14-time USWA women's champion. Malcolm said, glad I was wrong. Hey, I'm sorry. Yeah, Malcolm Heck said, glad I was wrong. Michael D said, stop it, Christopher J. We know what
Hey,
you were
mind,
doing.
hey. We're not gonna disrespect this black woman by the name Tiana Lillian Marie Caffrey, better known as Jada Parker. Don't ask me how I figured that out. But get back to whatchamacallit.
Boy, you a stalker. What?
Now, no, it's called Google. Now, damn that. Now, I gotta put myself. No, ladies and gentlemen, it's called Google. Oh, god damn it. Let me turn the brightness on this shit down before y'all got the wrong idea. Oh, god damn it.
God damn, boy, what
Yeah.
you doing? Yeah, you missed
Google,
it. Jada
Google,
Parker, you missed it. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah,
Google,
but you
people,
looked up
Google,
Jada
Google.
Parker's ethnicity, not her
This,
name. How you
this.
know her name?
Oh no, they did that right though. I
Okay,
just
cool. Okay, cool.
black and white, but with the one drop rule.
I hope
So
you don't. I hope you don't never find out her actual phone number or address. But I had to
no,
go to me.
I'm a professional. I'm a
Right.
professional.
You go
I'm a
show up with flowers.
professional.
You go show up with flowers.
Bring it
Hello.
back to the show, dog.
My name is
Bring it back to
Christopher
the
J.
show.
My name is Christopher BCSI.
Get back to the damn show. Back to the damn
Yeah.
show.
She was a record time 14. She was a record 14-time USWA Women's Champion, the very first black female to win the WWF. Hold on, I didn't know this.
Say that
The
again?
very first black female to win the WWF Women's title. I never knew that.
Is she in the Hall of Fame?
She
Hold on.
better be in the Hall of Fame.
I'll check that.
Jackie
no.
Moore.
Jackie. Still alive. She's fine still.
She's still alive.
Yep. Okay, she's in the Hall of Fame.
Wait a minute.
And she is boy, pull up this picture. God damn, she's still fine for 61.
That's Jackie Moore? Bro, that's Jackie Moore?
Well, wait a minute. Go back, because that looks like the modern day Jacqueline.
Hold on.
Hold on, y'all. We're gonna get it because that's Jacqueline. No, wait a minute. That ain't this not no.
That is her. That's her, bro.
And she's
61 years old.
And she's still beautiful. Let me be respectful because she probably stayed 4 hours from me. I don't want that ass whooping.
That's her.
Yep.
Bro,
damn.
That's Jackie Moore.
Yeah, I was like, that was like, yep.
Black don't crack, baby. Black does not crack. Yeah, that's her. Hold up.
A part of me was like, damn, that looks.
Oh no, I'm happy that black don't crack, baby. You know why? You wanna know why, baby? Because listen, at 61, I'm still gonna be your chair. Anyway.
I want to fight you.
You said you don't like me. That's why I
let
let you go.
And I can beat you.
Was also the first female to crack the PWI 500 list of best wrestlers for the year of 1993. She was inducted into WWE's Hall of Fame in 2016. Now, a lot of y'all may not know this gentleman right here. If you don't know who this gentleman right here is, you might need to go do your history. Now, unfortunately, Bob Sapp has had a pretty crash of a career when it comes to professional sports. But when he first broke into the scene, Malcolm X said that's the same person. When he first broke into the scene, Bob Sapp. You don't know who Bob Sapp is? Christopher J?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I remember him, and unfortunately, I'll be honest. My first introduction to him is The Longest Yard.
He broke it in my nose.
Yeah, that's him. That's him, y'all. That is him. That is him.
That is indeed him. And you know, for the sake of us not getting a strike or anything like that, if you need to go find out just how when Bob Sapp took professional sports serious, I need you to go look up the Bob Sapp versus Nogueira fight. You will watch Bob Sapp literally crush a man's spine by slamming him on his neck and literally, and this is how they described it, he Donkey Konged him all throughout that ring. Bob Sapp tried to club that man with every inch of his arm. And I need you to understand, here's the other thing. As old as Bob Sapp is right now, do you know that this man can still do the splits? And he's still a walking mountain of muscle. He wrestled for NJPW. Exactly. Look at Malcolm D, the historian. Come on now, Malcolm. He definitely indeed wrestled for NJPW, but also he started in WCW. A lot of people don't know that. So there have been several wrestlers who traveled to Japan and had successful careers, such as Abdullah the Butcher, which, by the way, I will never, as long as I'm alive, nor even in death, I will never say I like Abdullah the Butcher. To hell with Abdullah the Butcher. I'm gonna just leave it at that. If it wasn't for Abdullah the Butcher, Bruiser Brody will still be alive to this day. And that's just the way I feel about it. Yeah. I'll tell you about that backstory on another day. Trust and believe me. As much as I love Bruiser Brody, Abdullah, to hell with him. All right. But Abdullah was a bully. Abdullah really brought people into the business, took them for their money, and treated them like he treated them like crap, man. Like that's just from my research. If you want to go look it up, go check out the Dark Side of the Ring, Abdullah the Butcher. But none had the success that former WCW power plant trainee Bob Sapp had. On March 28th of 2004, Sapp defeated Kensuke Sasaki to win the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, becoming the first and only to date African American to hold that title. Not only did Sapp achieve that, but branched out to become a star outside of wrestling in Japan. He did commercials. He did tons of commercials. Bob Sapp was a megastar in Japan. I need you to understand that. As big as he
Mhm.
was, okay, Chris, I don't know how tall Bob Sapp is these days. Hold on. How tall is Bob Sapp? Bob Sapp height. Okay. There we go. Bob Sapp is 6'5". Okay. 6'5". So imagine
Do you see his weight though?
350 pounds. But here's the problem. Fantastic at 6'5", right?
Something like that.
Okay. Now imagine 350 pounds of solid, juiced up Mexican medicines. All of them. Okay.
That's what we're
Bob
calling it.
Sapp.
Okay. Okay. Mexican medicines. That's what we're calling it.
I just need you to understand just how big this man was, right? There's no way that you are 6'5", 350 pounds with abs. Okay. I need you to understand something. This how are you 6'5", 350 pounds with abs, bro? That's impossible. And but you know what? Even at his age right now to this day, he doing bodybuilding. Look at him.
Oh Jesus Christ! I'm not doing enough work. I'm not working hard enough. I'm not working hard enough.
Bruh. And I don't know how old Bob Sapp is right now, but dog, this
51.
51 years old and he looked like this.
I'm not doing enough.
Come on, bro.
I can't wait to drop down to 40 hours. I'm gonna fix that shit.
You see,
I'm gonna fix that shit for real.
like, look at this dude. Look at this guy, bro. 6'5", nothing but muscle of all of the Mexican supplements. Anyway, let me
Move on with the Mexican candy.
Oh man, there were many other greats in African American wrestling history, but the likes of Booker T, Ron Killings, Jazz, Black Venus, and many others, no doubt these men and women contributed so much to entertain fans worldwide and knock down walls for others to succeed and excel. There's a little history lesson for y'all. By the way, this post was made February 28th, 2023. It's a few days after my birthday. So yes, that's just a little brief history lesson. How'd you like the history lesson, Christopher J? Did you learn
That
anything new?
in insightful. I need that link. I will brush up on my history, and we will definitely revisit. We will definitely do a part two to this now because I want to know those. And also, these are great stories that can be told. I know it's going to be a little difficult, a little uncomfortable to tell those stories. That will never happen. Yeah, that is okay. Wrestling dream. I get it, but I get it. I was watching that behind a bulletproof glass. I don't want no problems with that shit. But definitely gonna. I'm definitely gonna brush up on my history. These stories, I believe these stories will get lost if they're not told, if they're not highlighted. So that's something for us to do. Now,
Definitely.
I want to the modern, nah, yeah, modern era ish generation past. Um, although when it comes to ECW, I know a lot of people is gonna come. Is gonna come and go.
Mhm.
ECW in general is gonna come and go. The diehard fans are gonna remember. They will never let us forget ECW, except that watered down version that hit WWE. Yes, I said it.
Mm.
But and we'll honor Devon in a minute.
Yeah.
New Jack,
Yep.
we need to be.
Damn, I forgot about New Jack.
We need to pay. We need to pay homage to New Jack. Um, you can go listen to Paul Heyman pay his respects to New Jack when they was doing I forgot what show they was doing after SmackDown, where WWE wanted to honor them. Paul said, "No, you ain't. You will not, because
Mhm.
anything you do will never embody who New Jack was."
True.
He, Paul Heyman's words, he was too gangster for wrestling. Even behind the scenes, like again, Vlad, he did an interview with Vlad, and that's I will give you this. Vlad knows who to pick. No, Vlad knows who to talk to and how to conduct the interview. Granted, Mark Henry said, "I'll rip your throat out for calling wrestling fake," but with New Jack, different interview. I'll say that. New Jack pretty much said when it comes to business being done backstage, a lot of wrestlers will complain. He would go to the wrestler's face like, "I don't give a fuck what you got going on. You finna get in here. You finna do what you need to do, and we finna go out here and do what we have to do, whether you get paid or not." Like I said, too gangster for wrestling, but Paul Heyman loved that man. So we want to also we I want to make sure we before we go any further, we need to recognize New Jack for the hits that he take. Now, even when he did that interview, those real scars on his head, real scars. That's why ECW will always be respected because borderline storyline ish, they didn't mind crossing that lane, and that's why we love him. From Junkyard, Sandman, Sabu, um, Tommy Dreamer to a degree. So, and RVD as well. I don't want to forget RVD. But as far as black wrestlers, you're not. There's no ECW without New Jack. I will say that there will be no ECW without New Jack there. So rest in peace to the great New Jack. Want to make sure we want to make sure his name was mentioned in this program.
Yeah, most definitely. And of course we can't play it because it's a WWE product and it's a WWE tribute. But have you watched that tribute that he did for New Jack on WWE Network?
Yep,
This is
I'm almost tempted. I'm almost tempted because we'll go back and edit it out, but when I do the clips, but oh yeah, it's 3 minutes and 16 seconds.
yeah,
Uh, nah, let's
yeah.
not do it. I'll figure that out when we do the uploads. But yeah, let's not do that.
Well, this is, and I know we talking about the
Oh, play
African
the audio.
American.
Play. Oh, I got an idea. Play the audio.
Okay, cool. I can do that.
Yeah,
Share
yeah.
screen.
We can play. We can play audio all day, every day. We just can't play the video.
All right, cool. You got to pull
Because I
it up, but
want you.
then you got to drop it in the back.
I don't. Okay. Uh, I don't know how to quite do that yet,
All right, so
but
now switch the layout to just me and you.
uh,
Like, don't drop the shit. There you go. That
okay. All
works.
right.
All right, so let's give a listen to what Paul Heyman said. If y'all can hear this audio, please just press a one in the chat.
I was asked before this show went on the air if I would like to say a few words about the passing of ECW original New Jack. And I avoid eulogies as best I can because anytime I'm faced with them, the first thing that comes to mind is, hey, this sucks, and there's no good spin I can put on it. When I heard that New Jack had passed away, my hope was that New Jack had turned to his wife and said, hey, I'd like to read my own obituary. Call a bunch of people and tell them that I died. And then everybody's going to make a big fuss about it, and I'll read about my own life. And then at some point this weekend, they'd sell a bunch of T-shirts, and he'd sit there and go, gotcha. Because that's what New Jack would do. And apparently,
I gotta pause it, man. It's not easy watching this. I'm gonna tell you why it's not easy watching this, man. And this is what I was about to say before I played the video, but this is what makes Paul Heyman great. You see what I'm saying? Paul Heyman, he didn't care about landing on a line, especially showing love for those who he loved. And you can tell, like if you've never seen this, you can tell he loved New Jack. A lot of people love New Jack because he didn't play no games. But shout out to Paul Heyman for doing this, though. Let me continue.
Oh yeah, Paul Heyman. Like I said, Paul Heyman is an easy go. If you can't find any ghosts in this industry, Paul Heyman is an easy one.
Most definitely. Let's go.
apparently it's not so, which sucks. And usually when we would pay tribute to somebody here in WWE, we'd show a lot of footage of that person. And to be blunt, we can't show you a lot of footage of New Jack because he was the most non-PG performer in sports entertainment history because New Jack was a gangster. And everybody who was a fan of ECW that came to see ECW, who watched ECW, knew that fact from the moment his music hit. And no, we never had rights to use his music. Why? Because as an organization, we were gangsters. And New Jack was the most gangsters of all of us gangsters. It's over 20 years ago. And anybody that ever saw New Jack perform live or heard him cut a promo understood just how real he was. Jerome Young was quite an individual. And deep in his heart, he was every bit of New Jack that he could offer you. I wish you all a most extreme weekend. Gangsta style.
My G with the X and the motherfucker. Yes, gotta give salutes and flowers and tributes to New Jacks. He was the man in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. I'm so happy Malcolm D put that comment in the chat. He was the man. What is his name? They always beef about who was responsible for the Montreal screw job. He's a wrestling historian too. He has a podcast. White
David,
guy.
David Mertz, not David Mertz. Oh Jesus, no.
He started Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Hold on.
He was in. I think he was in the McMahon documentary too. Let me see.
Jim Cornette.
Yeah, I said David, the other guy, Jim Cornette.
Jim Cornette, another wrestling historian. He had something to say 3 years ago when New Jack passed. But yeah, he was telling the story.
So unfortunately, everyone wanted to hear.
I'm sure I don't know if we can play the audio or not. But
why not?
Yeah,
why not?
Here we are on the drive-through, the passing of New Jack.
Is there music?
No, it's not no music. It's just talking.
Play the audio.
Yeah, I know that. I guess that it had happened by the time that we recorded, but nobody knew it yet. I guess so. Literally, everybody found out like just shortly after we finished recording, and then of course, a lot of people have been asking on Twitter, and I mean, I can't say that I couldn't believe it, because I'm never surprised anymore, unfortunately, at anybody in the wrestling business. But this came out of nowhere. This is sometimes when this happens to people that even I've known in the past, but haven't, you haven't heard of them or seen anything of them in a while or whatever. But we've seen more of New Jack here through the cameos and just the Dark Side of the Ring last year and the stuff he's been doing. And he apparently wasn't in bad health. It was just a heart attack. Well, I mean, all right, that's a stupid statement. He was in bad health because he had a heart attack, but you know what I'm saying. It's not like this had been an illness. He hadn't been going about his normal activities, not that I'd heard of. It was sudden, right? So that's surprising in that part. And I got to be honest with you, I never realized, and he worked for me. I should have had his information on paper. I don't know if I ever had Jack's information on paper. I had some. I don't know if it was correct to turn into the government, but I didn't realize he was only a year younger than I was, because he was 58, and he started in wrestling late. And I guess I always think when you first see somebody in wrestling, they're 20 years old, right? It just
Listen, that video is 34 minutes long. If y'all want to check out the Jim Cornette tribute to New Jack, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link in the chat. And y'all need to go subscribe to the official Jim Cornette show. But not before you subscribe here, though. Not at Wrestling Wednesdays. You gotta subscribe here at Wrestling Wednesdays. We up here giving y'all all this good shit. Y'all got to make sure y'all subscribe to us. Now she's back there being loud. But yeah, man, this I don't know where we can go from this one, dog. This is a history lesson for all the greats, man. Bro, you muted.
My bad. We did an hour already. How do we be doing this?
Bro, listen, all it takes is a blink and it's over.
That's a fact. That's how you know we do good shit.
Exactly, man. What we got coming next week?
It's here. WrestleMania predictions. Next week, I will put the thumbnail up. I have that set up. Go ahead, hit the notification bell. We will have the wrestling cards, because we already know shit is steaming up, and that shit between Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton is legit beef now. I hate to say it, when you get two blondes together,
Yeah.
But I guess we could do wrestling news real quick. While I get this updated, what did you think about that? WWE had to take away that segment.
Okay, so this is the three. What was it? The failed marriages or something. I'm gonna tell you why WWE took away that segment. Right? There's nothing wrong with a good shoot. Let's just be honest. There's absolutely nothing wrong with a good shoot, but we don't want the product to affect your home. And I think that dialogue that she gave.
You got no home. Oops. I'm sorry. Damn it. Charlotte, my bad. That was an accident. I swear to God, that my filters are used. I'm having a bad Wednesday, Charlotte. I won't admit it. I'm having a real bad Wednesday. I'm going, and it's gonna get. My bad. I take full accountability. So you're not helping. I take full accountability. That was wrong. I apologize on behalf of Wrestling Wednesday. That was insensitive of me. I will not make that mistake again. You have the word. I'm sorry. Matter of fact, let me set my fucking alarm.
Hey y'all, thanks for coming by Wrestling Wednesdays.
Home Face ID, Knights, and a 4-digit pin. Let's try this again. So the WWE had to cut out
I
promo
can't. I can't.
because initially Charlotte Flair stepped over the line. I forgot exactly what Charlotte said that
That
when she
nigga
went on.
said she ain't got no home.
Hey, ain't no comparison to what the hell Matthew said. Man, he's playing underneath the bus. But I'm just saying.
Do you now see why WWE took it out?
Jesus, that wasn't it.
See, I didn't even have to explain. Thanks for proving the point.
Like I said, this is not my best Wednesday. Personally, that was an accident.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh Jesus, it was an accident.
You know
So,
what? Next segue. McAfee, just to let it die down a little bit. He ain't got no home.
I'm aware, Malcolm, to answer your question. I'm aware of the tournament, and I'm aware a Bailey super fan is in the tournament as well. She wanted to. Uh, we tried to leverage something, but it didn't work fully to her effect. But I kind of disagree with that because they put her in a non-tournament match against another competitor, which gives you more light and more time to shine, which I think is very creative. I'm not saying that was intentional, but I'm aware of that part that has taken place of a Bailey superfan who's now into wrestling. Somebody, let's tie this back to Swerve Strickland. A young lady who grew up watching wrestling, who loved Bailey so much so that wants to join wrestling, now is in the business. You pay homage to the greats in the past, and you honor them moving forward. How ironic! And now this the lady that honor a person as Bailey. And granted, she has a Hall of Fame resume. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Honor Bailey. Now she's in the wrestling business, and she's paying homage to those ahead of her. So yeah. But also, one of these days, and also said we're going to do this after WrestleMania. By the way, we're going to get into reactions. One of our supporters, one of our big behind the scene
Give me one
supporters.
second. Give me 1 second, Chris. Take over.
Gotcha. Um, one of our Wrestling Wednesday supporters, ladies and gentlemen, has suggested that now that we have made some updates, well, StreamYard made some updates, that we get into reactions. And I think that's a great idea. So next week, we're going to prioritize WrestleMania because by the time Wednesday get here, we'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We'll be 3 days away. By the time next week, Wednesday gets here. So we're going to focus on predictions. And for those who are, and also I'm going to say this now because I will say this again next week because I know we have people who like to gamble. And we know like DraftKings and all these other sites do wrestle gambling. I want you to know, selling that are not professional, are not licensed professionals when it comes to gambling. We're just here making predictions out of spirit of fun. If you want to know your the betting odds and that type of stuff, please go consult your professionals, and they will tell you that they have a better intake on that a lot more than we do. We're not licensed. We're not licensed gamblers. So please, if you're gonna make a bet, please don't take us seriously because we're not professionals in that. We're just doing this for fun. I always say that when we do predictions because somebody's like, I lost $100,000. Hey, told y'all in the beginning with the disclaimer. Yeah, y'all, you're on with that. But getting back to the wrestling news, this thing between Charlotte and Tiffany is actually brewing. It is they just said it got worse, and we will see what happens next week. I I gotta be honest. I cannot wait to watch Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair because this match was a dud. But now we are you got my interest, especially that one particular um segment where they was brawling before Miss TV and they brawled during Miss TV. I said, "Oh yeah, I want this match. I want this match. I like this. I like um the past and the future wrestling. I love this. I love where this is going. I like this a lot." Um, as far as the personal shots, yeah, Tiffany shot. Hey, y'all need to stop slipping. Tiffany got a slick mouth, and I like it. I personally like it. She was witty with
Hey,
the comebacks.
I'm in
She was
trouble,
witty
man.
with.
I'm
What
in
do we do?
trouble.
What do we do?
I'll tell you about it after the show.
Did I get you in trouble?
No, you ain't get me in trouble.
Oh, I'm about to say, do I need a no, 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 no,
No,
no,
no,
no.
no.
Mm. If you're in
I'm an
trouble, you're in trouble.
I'm an
Huh?
expert marksman. She's a better shot than I am. You don't want that.
No, no, no,
Apex,
no,
what's up?
no, no, no.
Yeah.
And switching gears.
Mhm. I mean, I don't want to
Jay
be like
Uso.
Charlotte.
Okay,
Hey, I ain't gonna never let you lay that down.
Jay Uso.
At least Jada got a home.
Jada, she got a. Not going there. Jay Uso. I'm almost really fucked that one up. Jay Uso. No yeet shirt, just the yeet glasses. He came into the ring all dark jacket. Well, not a
Mhm.
jacket. Midriff shirt. I don't know what they call that shirt. I'm never wearing that damn shirt. He said no merchandise, no nothing. I'm gonna come to the ring. Gunter, I don't want to hear shit you guys say. Slapped the mic out of his hand. He told the crowd, "Don't yeet, don't do it. We ain't doing that right now." And this is like some real shit.
Mm.
I like the promo that he cut, and I like the fact that he actually put some fear in Gunther's eyes, and it was believable. Malcolm, regarding what? Are you talking about Charlotte and Tiffany or Jay and Gunther? But
I'm gonna tell you one thing.
what's
I
up?
hate the fact that creative is picking my brain and also irritating me slightly because I like Jay Uso and I like Gunther. I just like Gunther
Mhm.
more than I like Jay Uso. Why
Right.
are they trying to build these two together? I don't know. But then again, it is creative. You know how I feel fucking creative. But anywho, I like it though. This is a big spot for both of them. Unfortunately, one of them would have to lose though. And to be honest with you, I hope it's Jay Uso. I really want Gunther
Mhm.
to I really want Gunther to pull through that. But I want to see Gunther. I really want to see Gunther at the top. Like Gunther has put in a lot of work. And that man he's been doing things, but also I can't take away from Jay Uso. Jay Uso has also been doing things too. So I really want to see Gunther on top with me because I love the run that Jay Uso is on. But it's just Gunther is my guy, dog. I'm gonna just be honest with you. That's just my guy right now.
No,
That's who
I
I got at
totally
the top.
understand, and I like Gunther as a heel champion. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do. I'm not ready for him to turn babyface. Although when they put him against Logan Paul, that's when he will get the babyface. Now I don't mind him being babyface when they do a show in Germany. Zero problem. Him, Ludwig Kaiser, have zero problem with that. But right now, I want heel Gunther because I love heel Gunther. I don't. And some people might say it's kind of dry or whatever. Y'all need to appreciate what Gunther is doing right now
Yeah.
and from being the Intercontinental Champion for 666 days to now being the World Heavyweight Champion and him doing what he's doing, I like it. I really like Gunther. Like I told y'all, what WrestleMania was it? It was the WrestleMania 39. Actually, it was at Royal Rumble. I said
Mhm.
if there's two wrestlers I'm investing in, Damian Priest and Gunther. Those who I'm investing in the future, and that came a lot faster than I expect. I know with the Damian Priest, it's kind of touch and go, but I believe there's an audience. There's an audience for the Damian Priest fans.
It is.
I I do like Damian Priest in a faction.
Yeah.
I would rather him be in a faction than be solo personally.
Hmm.
But I'm still invested in Damian Priest. There's an investment there. I now regarding him and Damian Priest, excuse me, him and Drew McIntyre, we'll get to that next week.
Yeah, we can get to that next week. But right now, damn, Damien. All right, let me stick to Gunther and Jay.
Uh-huh.
I'm with Malcolm D on this one. I believe Gunther is taking it. I don't believe that they doing all of this build up for no reason though. Because Chris, me and you've been wrestling fans for forever. You know,
Mhm.
whenever something like this gets set up, it's something down the road. You see what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
believe we didn't say this plenty of time. Hell, last time we did the predictions, we was damn near close. I think we only missed about one.
Mhm.
So now, because I'm gonna put my nail in the coffin by first saying I believe Gunther is gonna take it. But now I have to
Mhm.
ask you, what's gonna be next for Jay if Gunther does take it? Who's lined up?
Ooh, that's a good question. Coming down to Titantron, ladies and gentlemen, Hassan is in the building. Hassan, what's good, man?
What up? What up, Sel? What up, Christopher? How you guys doing?
All right,
Good,
all right.
good. Well, who, as far as Jey Uso, it's back to the line. It's still singles action. It's like you can't put him against Braun Breaker anymore. You're gonna have to. He's in that title hunt now, so he's gonna have to stay there.
Yeah.
So, quite frankly, I would much rather see Braun Breaker versus Gunther, but they're gonna have to take their time with that one.
Could you book Braun Breaker and Jay Uso?
Not anymore because we're not interested in him getting any kind of championship now. We want him to get Jey Uso to get the world title now.
Malcolm D brings up a great point. Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu is on SmackDown.
How many times
Now,
have we seen a SmackDowner come over to Raw?
they only do that during WrestleMania season. Other than that, that's not something that's done too often. We'll see what happens when the WWE draft takes place, if it does happen this year. So, yeah, Jacob Fatu is
Mhm.
knocking on that door. It's like it's undeniable at this point. Now they're gonna finish off that bloodline storyline regarding that, but I would love Jacob Fatu needs a title around his waist right now.
Yeah, but which title would you put up? Well, hold on. First, let's not just. He'll probably feud with Solo. With Solo Sikoa?
Yes,
Jay and Solo?
yes. No. Jacob and Solo. Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Okay, so if Gunther beats Jay, now we have to now we have to play the ugly role of creative. Hassan, I'll go to you first. If Gunther beats Jay, how do you work Solo into Jay?
Well, no, that's not what I think. Jay, if he loses to Gunther, let's say, he needs to win the Money in the Bank, and then you can have Jacob versus two versus Solo at SummerSlam. They can build that up for SummerSlam, and
Yeah.
then Jay can have Money in the Bank and cash in and become World Heavyweight Champion that way.
Rocky says Jay wins and sides with The Rock to form a new version of the Bloodline.
No,
If they
no.
do that, my
That
bad.
is not even. That is not even. Hell no.
But no, but if they do that, that's like another year of Bloodline story.
Yeah,
But the bloodline storyline is the storyline. It got watered. It's done. It's died down now. But that
True,
was the storyline of last year.
but we still got Jacob and Solo. They still can do something with it until SummerSlam. SummerSlam, that's where they got to end it. That's like the deadline. If they go
Yeah.
further, then I don't know. I mean, they can do Rock versus solo team like Bloodline against Bloodline against a Survivor Series, maybe like another World Games.
Nah. Right now,
Mm.
Rock is focused on Cody Rhodes right now. So
Well,
yeah, that's not
That's if
gonna
they
happen.
push
Yeah.
it. That's if they push it. That far.
Cody's going into Cena. Like, I don't know if we want to shoot far down that far. I know we got other predictions to make and stuff like that, but excuse me. I got a little bit of time though because I gotta get up for work early in the morning. But
I gotta head out in a minute.
yeah. So let me go ahead and drop my Cena and Cena and Cody Rhodes. And you already know I'm Cody biased, but I don't like Cena. I don't like the angle right now because I'm liking the heel Cena too much. And I think that's my problem. I think I fell in love with the promo that Cena cut as a heel. And I'm like, God damn it, I want to hate this man so much. But you know how I am with heel characters. I like heel characters. And Cody Rhodes is a babyface right now. At least it matters of what happened because we all know that was a total babyface. That was a babyface move. To put him on the bottom, you had, what was that, A$AP Rocky that was in the building? That was that hit him? Was that Rocky?
Travis Scott.
Yeah. So
Travis
you had
Scott.
Rocky, Travis Scott, The Rock, and Cena in the building. And they beat the living hell out of Cena. I mean, out of Cody Rhodes. And as much as I like Cody Rhodes, as much as I like him, man, we got heel Cena. I ain't had heel Cena in forever, bro. I like him too much. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to kick myself in the ass and say this one. I hope Cena wins at WrestleMania.
Me too. Cena got to win. Cena got to win. There's no other way.
I'll tell y'all about predictions next week. I just need to. Well, I won't go in details with that because I don't want to give you guys any unprepared thoughts. But we'll wait till next week because I accept both of you guys' submissions regarding Cody and Cena. This, like I said, these promos came from a real place. And that's why I fell in love with these promos. It all came from legitimacy, and I'm here for anything legitimate in WWE or wrestling in general. So
Yeah,
yeah,
most definitely.
I'm here for it because, like I said, you can't call John Cena a liar. You may hate him, you can't call him a liar.
Yeah,
So
that you can't do.
I'm all here. I'm all here for it. I am all here for it.
Well,
But go ahead, man.
my bad. Well, real, do you guys hear about the new Hall of Fame in the Legacy? They announced 3. Do you guys hear about that or no?
Legacy, yeah, they're going to start inducting matches. Oh, Legacy, what's that?
No, that's when they have like 15, 10 people into one. Like they've been doing that for like 3 years, 4 years now. So far they got those 3.
Well, can you read it? Because it's kind of. Hold on, let me try to.
Kamala, Dory Funk Sr., and Ivan Koloff.
Ivan Koloff. Okay, and yeah, yes, Kamala Harris. That's his name, Kamala Harris, not the vice president. You morons! I'm
His
talking.
name is Kamala Harris for real.
Yes, because when he passed away, everybody was cheering. I'm like, how are y'all gonna? I was like, y'all some despicable motherfuckers. They thought they was talking about Kamala, the vice president. I was like, oh, I said, I'm gonna leave y'all to Jesus. I'm not even gonna touch that.
Yeah.
But,
with a 10-foot pole.
yeah, I was like, y'all crazy on that one. But rest in peace to Kamala Harris. But yeah, I'm glad I'm going the wrestler.
Oh wait,
yeah, wrestler, because I realized I can get a joke for that shit. The wrestler. Come on.
That's why I asked that question. That's why I asked that question. Like, wait, are you talking about the wrestler? Like,
yes, the wrestler.
Okay.
Right,
Yeah,
some of y'all not scared of jail time. Yeah, that's cool. That's wild.
Hey, listen. I don't want to be in the same cell as Big Bubba. Hassan can go in there. He can go in there with Big Bubba. He might love Hassan. Hassan got a beard too. Oh man, Hassan, how tall is you again?
I'm 5'8".
Oh yeah, man. Hey, listen, Big Bubba waiting on you, dog. You gonna walk in there? What's up, boy? Yeah, he waiting on you. But you got to give your prediction for Charlotte Homeless Flair. I mean, Charlotte Flair.
Damn.
It's
I
not
won't
my
fight you
fault.
just on general principle.
And I can beat you.
Hey, listen, I have no qualms with talking about fighting no more. The last time I talked about fighting somebody, I was on the mat with my head in the air. So now I'm good. But I'm a better shot. So I beanbag the shit out your ass. But yeah, you got to give your prediction on Charlotte La Homeless Flair.
No, I think on that Charlotte, she has to lose. She needs to win more than Charlotte, unless Charlotte plays politics, and then she gets her. And what I heard too, Charlotte is not even supposed to win the Royal Rumble. There was somebody else supposed to win it, but she played her politics, got her way, and then they gave it her, and she won the Royal Rumble.
Roxanne Perez?
No, well, the idea was not to give it to Nia since she hasn't won it. Nia Jax.
Yes, I take that. I take that all day, every day. But you got to remember, Nia Jax is out right now.
Yeah,
she's injured. So I don't
and
know.
there was two other more people. I forgot the names, but yeah, Charlotte wasn't even the original winner, but she played politics, and they just gave her.
I wouldn't have
But
been
yeah.
mad if Roxanne. I would have been mad if Roxanne won that. I would not have been mad.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. But to me, Tiffany, she needs to win that, not Charlotte.
I mean, it'll be a nice belt for Charlotte to take home.
We are ending the show. We are ending the show. For next week, the predictions. Hassan, please. I appreciate you coming in, but please pull up next week. We're gonna have an open panel. Open panel next week. I want to hear everyone's predictions.
Oh, real quick, have you been watching the Dark Side of the Ring new episode in the new season?
Not yet. I do need to take time to watch that, because my schedule actually freed up, and it's going to get freer in the near future. So I'm definitely going to have to catch up on those shows. Why you just something pop up?
Oh yeah, these stories are this season is very interesting. But I'll let you watch them, and then. But what's crazy? Backlash is like literally 2 weeks away after WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's St. Louis.
So I'm guessing we're gonna have a lot of rematches though.
More than likely, that's usually what they do. I'm curious to see what they do with Randy Orton, because his match got canceled. Unfortunately,
yeah,
Kevin Owens out because of neck injury. It's I know they've been shooting something for him and Cena, but I want that. Well, he already told Cody, like, I'm just so you know, I'm coming at you man to man. I will be coming for that title. I am coming for number. Well, no, I think he's a 14-time champion right now, but he's coming for number 15. And I don't think it's setting up for one of the winners going to meet Randy Orton at the main event at Backlash. That's what it's looking like.
Yeah, Cena got to win this. But if he wins, he got to hold it at least to SummerSlam. Not just 2 weeks and lose it. That'd be insane.
Given that Survivor Series, I think they're going to have to put Survivor Series in a stadium this year. Since it's definitely going to be John Cena's last outing, I think John Cena is going to get the Roman Reigns schedule or the Brock Lesnar schedule. And he will come back here and there, but I think he's going to put it on to Survivor Series. Yeah, I mean, you're already 17-time champion. You can drop the title now.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah,
we will definitely see.
My bad, but did you guys talk about Swerve Strickland says F?
Yes. Swerve. We like Swerve, but he's tripping. I don't know what's going through his brain right now. I don't know what he's seeing that we're not seeing, but none of this is making sense. I understand the interview was done so long ago, and these clips are getting worse by every time they're being released. So
You
I
know
would
what the
say
Swerve, you know what the Swerve Strickland little arc reminds me of right now?
what?
How certain dudes on YouTube as content creators, they try to come after people and they have no business trying to come after people, but they're just trying to grow their name. That's why they try to come after people. So yeah,
Mhm.
it remind me of that, right? And what's happening in the wrestling world is what needs to happen to content creators in this space, right? If you
Well,
say some disrespectful stuff about OGs or people who then came up and you now trying to bite up because you feel like your stock is falling out the ass end of existence, then you deserve every piece of backlash that you get, right? This
well, I will
yeah.
credit Brittany Bree. She's one of our biggest supporters. She did.
Mhm.
She obviously she knows how much of a diehard fan I am, and when she put the analogy that YouTube is nothing but wrestling, everything started to make sense.
Yeah, it is.
So,
YouTube's been nothing but you know what though? This is a wrestling show. We'll talk about YouTube politics another day. I have got to get to bed, y'all.
oh
So
yeah, go to
go ahead.
bed. I got it's after midnight on my end. Hassan, you my guy. Thank you for pulling up. Please come back next week. And every
Salute, guys. Till next time.
next time, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it for Wrestling Wednesday. Like I said, we're going this won't be our last time paying homage to the past, but we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. We'll be back next week for WrestleMania predictions. Christopher J, that's Willie Will. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys next week. Peace out.